Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever noticed that the loudest people are not always the most successful ones? Sometimes the people who speak the least achieve the most. Today I want to share a powerful idea. Focus on yourself and stay silent for success. In a world full of noise, opinions and distractions, the real power lies in quiet dedication. Let me ask you a question. What would happen if instead of announcing our plans to everyone, we quietly worked on them every single day? One of the biggest mistakes many people make is spending too much time watching others. We compare our progress, our achievements, and even our happiness with the people around us. But success does not come from comparison. It comes from concentration. When you focus on yourself, you start understanding your strengths, your weaknesses, and your goals. Imagine an archer aiming at a target. If the archer keeps looking around at the crowd instead of focusing on the target, the arrow will never reach its mark. Life works the same way. Your focus determines your direction. Another important lesson is the power of silence. Silence does not mean weakness. It means strength and discipline. Many people talk about their dreams, but only a few quietly work toward them. When you talk too much about your goals, you sometimes lose the motivation to actually achieve them. Instead of telling the world what you are going to do, show them what you have done. Let your results make the noise. Think about a seed planted in the soil. While it grows, it makes no sound. But when it becomes a huge tree, everyone notices its presence. Success grows in silence. Life will always present distractions, criticism, and negativity. People may doubt you, question you, or even laugh at your ambitions. If you respond to every comment and every opinion, you will waste your energy. Silence protects your focus. When you stay silent and keep working, you save your energy for what truly matters: improvement, learning, and growth. Remember this powerful thought. Your dreams do not need everyone's approval. They only need your dedication. Yet, one of the most common habits that holds people back from achieving their true potential is constant comparison with others. In the age of social media and instant visibility, it is easy to look at someone else's success and feel as if we are falling behind. However, the truth is that success is not a race against others. It is a personal journey of growth, learning, and self-improvement. When individuals shift their focus away from what others are doing and begin concentrating on their own progress, they unlock a powerful mindset that allows them to move forward with clarity and confidence. Many people spend a significant amount of their time observing the achievements, lifestyles, and milestones of others. While inspiration can be beneficial, excessive comparison can create unnecessary pressure and self-doubt. When attention is constantly directed towards someone else's path, it becomes difficult to recognize one's own strengths, opportunities, and potential. True progress begins when a person chooses to invest their energy in personal development rather than external validation. By focusing on personal goals, improving skills, and learning from experiences, individuals gradually build a stronger foundation for long-term success. Focusing on one's own journey also allows a person to develop self-awareness. Self-awareness is the ability to understand personal strengths, weaknesses, values, and ambitions. Without this awareness, people often pursue goals that are influenced by society, peer pressure, or temporary trends, rather than their true aspirations. When someone takes the time to reflect on their own purpose and direction, they gain a clearer understanding of what truly matters to them. This clarity becomes a powerful driving force that guides their decisions and actions. Another important aspect of focusing on oneself is the development of consistency. Progress rarely happens overnight. Meaningful success is the result of small, consistent efforts repeated over a long period of time. When individuals remain focused on their own improvement, they begin to appreciate the value of daily discipline. Instead of feeling discouraged by the exam becoming better than they were yesterday, this mindset transforms growth into a continuous process rather than a distant destination. When people learn to focus on their own actions, habits, and mindset, they regain control over their personal progress. Energy that was once wasted on comparison becomes a resource for learning, creativity, and productivity. Over time, this focused energy leads to significant improvements not only in professional life, but also in personal satisfaction and confidence. Every individual has a different starting point, different challenges and different opportunities. Expecting identical results within identical timelines is unrealistic and unfair. A person who understands this truth learns to respect their own pace and trust their own process. When focus remains firmly on personal development, obstacles become lessons rather than limitations. Challenges become opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. The most remarkable achievements often come from individuals who quietly commit themselves to steady improvement. They measure success not by the progress of others, but by the progress they make within themselves. With each day of focused effort, they move one step closer to becoming the best version of who they are capable of being. In a world where people often feel the need to constantly share their plans, ambitions and achievements, the idea of working quietly towards success carries a powerful advantage. Many individuals believe that talking about their goals will bring recognition or encouragement. Yet in many cases, excessive talking can distract from the actual work required to achieve those goals. True progress is often built through discipline, patience, and consistent effort that happens away from public attention. When individuals choose to focus their energy on action, rather than announcement, they create an environment where productivity and growth can flourish without unnecessary pressure. One of the key reasons silent dedication is so effective is that it protects a person's focus. When goals are shared widely, they invite opinions, doubts, and expectations from others. Some people may support the idea while others may question it or even discourage it. Constantly responding to these external reactions can gradually drain motivation and shift attention away from the work itself. When someone chooses to work quietly, they eliminate many of these distractions and maintain a clear path toward their objective. Their energy remains directed toward learning, improving, and executing their plans. Silence also creates space for deeper concentration and self-discipline. Achieving meaningful success often requires long hours of effort, repeated practice, and the ability to remain committed even when results are not immediately visible. By focusing less on announcing intentions and more on performing necessary tasks, individuals develop a stronger work ethic. This quiet dedication strengthens resilience and encourages individuals to stay committed even during challenging moments when progress feels slow or uncertain. Another important aspect of working in silence is that it allows results to become the strongest form of communication. Words can create temporary impressions, but tangible achievements create lasting impact. When a person consistently works toward their goals without seeking attention, their eventual accomplishments naturally speak for themselves. This approach not only builds credibility, but also earns genuine respect from others. People are often more inspired by visible results than by repeated declarations of ambition. When individuals channel their efforts into improving their abilities, refining their strategies, and strengthening their mindset, they gradually build momentum. Over time, this momentum leads to noticeable growth that cannot be ignored. Working silently also allows individuals to maintain humility and emotional balance. Constantly seeking attention for plans or early progress can create pressure to prove oneself before results are fully developed. Silence removes this pressure and allows individuals to focus on steady improvement without the fear of judgment or premature evaluation. This mindset encourages a deeper sense of commitment because the motivation comes from personal purpose rather than external approval. There is also a psychological benefit to keeping goals private while working toward them. When people talk excessively about their ambitions, they may experience a temporary sense of satisfaction simply from discussing their plans. This feeling can sometimes reduce the urgency to actually complete the work required to achieve those plans. By choosing silence and focusing on execution, individuals maintain a stronger drive to follow through with their commitments. Throughout history, many successful individuals have quietly invested years in learning, experimenting, and refining their skills before their achievements became visible to the world. The journeys often involved patience, persistence, and the willingness to remain focused even when recognition was absent. This pattern demonstrates that meaningful success rarely requires loud announcements. It requires consistent effort carried out with dedication and purpose. In every stage of life, individuals encounter distractions and opinions that have the potential to influence their direction and mindset. Whether these influences come from social circles, online platforms, or the general expectations of society, they can easily divert attention away from meaningful goals. The ability to ignore unnecessary distractions and remain focused on one's purpose is therefore one of the most valuable qualities a person can develop. Success often belongs to those who learn to protect their focus and remain committed to their vision despite the constant noise around them. Distractions appear in many forms. Sometimes they come as negative comments, criticism, or doubt from others. At other times, they come as attractive alternatives that promise quick results or temporary excitement. Both forms can lead individuals away from the path they originally intended to follow. When a person constantly reacts to every opinion or opportunity presented to them, they risk losing clarity about their true priorities. This scattered attention can gradually weaken motivation and reduce productivity by learning to filter out what does not align with their goals. Individuals can preserve the mental energy needed to make meaningful progress. External opinions are another powerful source of distraction. In a connected world where everyone has access to a platform or for sharing their thoughts, it is easy to feel overwhelmed by the constant stream of advice, judgments, and expectations. While constructive feedback can sometimes be valuable, not every opinion deserves equal attention. Individuals who attempt to satisfy every voice around them often find themselves confused and uncertain about their own direction. Maintaining focus requires the confidence to evaluate feedback carefully and accept only what truly contributes to personal growth. When individuals choose not to react emotionally to every negative comment or doubtful remark, they create a space where concentration and productivity can thrive. This ability to remain calm and focused strengthens resilience and prevents external negativity from shaping one's mindset. Ignoring distractions does not mean becoming indifferent to the world or isolating oneself from valuable input. Instead, it involves cultivating the wisdom to distinguish between what is helpful and what is harmful to progress. Successful individuals often develop clear priorities and structured routines that keep them aligned with their objectives. By organizing their time and attention around these priorities, they reduce the likelihood of being pulled in multiple directions by temporary influences. Another important aspect of staying focused is the management of internal distractions. Doubt, fear, and overthinking can sometimes become stronger obstacles than external criticism. When individuals repeatedly question their abilities or worry about potential failure, they may hesitate to take necessary steps toward their goals. Overcoming these internal distractions requires a mindset built on confidence, learning, and perseverance. Instead of allowing fear to dominate their thoughts, focused individuals treat challenges as opportunities to grow stronger and wiser. Consistency plays a crucial role in maintaining focus despite distractions. Progress in any meaningful endeavor requires repeated effort over time. Individuals who allow distractions to interrupt their momentum frequently struggle to achieve lasting results. By maintaining a disciplined approach and returning their attention to their goals whenever distractions arise, they gradually strengthen their ability to stay on track. This discipline transforms focus into a habit that becomes easier to maintain with experience. In many cases, the difference between those who achieve their ambitions and those who abandon them lies in the ability to remain committed despite external noise. When individuals refuse to allow distractions or opinions to dictate their actions, they retain control over their journey. Their energy remains invested in learning, improving and moving steadily toward the future they envision. Investing in self-growth is one of the most powerful commitments an individual can make in their journey towards success and fulfillment. While many people focus primarily on external achievements such as wealth, recognition, or status, lasting success often begins with internal development. Personal growth involves continuously improving one's knowledge, skills, mindset, and character. When individuals prioritize their own development, They build a strong foundation that supports both professional accomplishments and personal satisfaction. One of the most valuable aspects of self-growth is the continuous pursuit of learning. The modern world is constantly evolving and new ideas, technologies and opportunities emerge every day. Individuals who commit themselves to learning remain adaptable and prepared for change. Learning does not only occur in formal educational environments. It also takes place through reading, observation, reflection, and real-life experiences. When people actively seek knowledge, TI expand their understanding of the world and enhance their ability to solve problems creatively and effectively. Improving skills is another essential component of personal investment. Every profession and field of interest requires a certain level of competence and expertise. Individuals who dedicate time to developing their abilities gradually become more confident and capable in their chosen paths. Skill development often requires patience, consistent practice, and a willingness to accept constructive feedback over time. This dedication leads to mastery and creates opportunities that might not have been accessible otherwise. Equally important in the journey of self-growth is the development of a strong and resilient mindset. Challenges, setbacks, and moments of uncertainty are inevitable parts of life. Without the right mindset, these difficulties can easily discourage individuals from pursuing their goals. However, those who invest in strengthening their mental resilience learn to view obstacles as opportunities for growth rather than barriers to success. They develop the ability to remain calm under pressure, learn from mistakes, and continue moving forward with determination. According to this perspective, individuals cannot expect their external circumstances to improve unless they first work on improving themselves. When people invest time in refining their attitudes, values, and habits, they gradually shape a more productive and positive outlook on life. This transformation influences not only their professional performance, but also their relationships and overall well-being. Time management is another important aspect of investing in oneself. Personal growth requires intentional effort, and this effort must be supported by the effective use of time. Individuals who prioritize their development often allocate specific periods for learning, practicing new skills, reflecting on their progress, and setting future goals by organizing their schedules in a way that supports continuous improvement. They ensure that personal development becomes a consistent part of their daily routine rather than an occasional activity. Investing in self-growth also involves developing discipline and self-awareness. Discipline allows individuals to stay committed to their goals even when motivation fluctuates. Self-awareness, on the other hand, helps them recognize areas that require improvement and identify strategies that lead to better outcomes. Together, these qualities create a cycle of continuous development where individuals regularly evaluate their progress and refine their approach to achieving their ambitions. Over time, the benefits of investing in personal growth extend far beyond individual achievements. People who commit themselves to learning and improvement often inspire those around them through their dedication and positive attitude. Their growth contributes to stronger communities, more innovative workplaces, and a culture that values progress and self-improvement. Through consistent effort and a genuine commitment to becoming better each day, individuals gradually unlock their potential and move closer to realizing the goals they once imagined. Patience and consistency are two qualities that play a fundamental role in achieving meaningful success. In a world that often celebrates instant results and rapid achievements, many individuals feel pressure to accomplish their goals within an unrealistic time frame. This pressure can create frustration when progress appears slow or when immediate rewards are not visible. However, genuine success rarely occurs overnight. It is usually the result of sustained effort, continuous learning, and the ability to remain committed even when outcomes take time to materialize. Consistency represents the discipline to continue working toward a goal regardless of temporary obstacles or fluctuations in motivation. There are days when enthusiasm is high and progress feels natural. But there are also moments when challenges seem overwhelming and motivation begins to decline. During these moments, consistency becomes the driving force that keeps individuals moving forward. Instead of relying solely on motivation, successful individuals rely on established habits and routines that support their long-term objectives. By committing to small but meaningful actions each day, they gradually build momentum that leads to significant results over time. Patience complements consistency by allowing individuals to trust the process of growth. When people expect immediate results, they may become discouraged if their efforts do not quickly produce visible outcomes. This discouragement can lead them to abandon their plans prematurely or constantly switch directions in search of faster success. Patience encourages individuals to recognize that progress often happens gradually and that each step forward contributes to a larger transformation. It teaches them to appreciate the learning experiences gained along the journey rather than focusing only on the final destination. The relationship between patience and consistency can be compared to the natural process of growth in the environment. When a seed is planted in the soil, it does not immediately become a large tree. It begins as a small hidden development beneath the surface where roots are slowly forming. This stage requires time, nourishment, and stability before visible growth can appear above the ground. In a similar way, personal development and achievement often begin with efforts that are not immediately recognized by others. The consistent work invested during these early stages eventually produces outcomes that become visible and impactful. According to this perspective, individuals who remain patient and persistent develop a deeper understanding of their abilities and strengthen their resilience. They learn to approach challenges with determination instead of frustration, knowing that each experience contributes to their overall development. Another benefit of patience and consistency is the gradual improvement of skills and decision-making abilities. When individuals remain committed to their efforts over an extended period, they accumulate valuable experience. This experience helps them refine their strategies, recognize and make more informed choices in the future. Each step taken with persistence adds to their knowledge and confidence, making it easier to handle increasingly complex challenges. Maintaining consistency also builds credibility and trust both personally and professionally. People who demonstrate reliability through their actions are often recognized for their dedication and dependability. Their commitment to long-term goals reflects a strong sense of responsibility and determination, qualities that are highly respected in many areas of life over time. This reputation can open doors to opportunities that reward perseverance and disciplined effort. The journey toward any significant achievement inevitably includes moments of difficulty and uncertainty. Patience allows individuals to navigate these moments without losing sight of their purpose, while consistency ensures that progress continues despite temporary setbacks. By embracing both qualities, individuals create a steady path toward improvement, allowing their efforts to accumulate into achievements that reflect years of dedication, learning, and personal growth. So remember this simple but powerful message: focus on yourself and stay silent for success. Do not waste your time proving yourself to the world. Instead, invest your time improving yourself. Work quietly, stay disciplined, and keep your eyes on your goals. Because in the end, success does not belong to the loudest voice in the room. It belongs to the person who stayed focused, stayed silent, and never stopped working toward their dreams.